Let me reintroduce you to this incredibly nice duo here. Surprising so. Veronika Franz and Severin Fiala. Severin Fiala. So first off, where did this idea come from, and did one of you come up with it, or?
Yeah, we usually do things together, so it was kind of, we don't know, it was a together thing. And it was like watching TV. I don't know if you know this docu soap operas, where a woman gets plastic surgery and they come back after 2 months to their children and families. And everyone they see the mother for the first time, and they watch her, and they have to appear happy because it's television, and everybody has to be happy on television. Yeah. We saw it, and it's kind of really creepy because you directly feel they don't recognize their mom again. And that was the starting point for the story of the film.
And how did the two of you work together as directors?
Just do everything in common. It started out by, I don't know, we kind of watched films together for years. Actually, Severin, as you can see, we have quite an age difference. So Severin used to watch my children, to babysit my children. And
but they're still alive and well.
I paid him by borrowing films in videothèques, yeah, and yeah. So that's how it started. We kind of watched 4 hours films together, and then yeah, we came up with this idea and co-wrote it. We kind of we just do everything together. We sit together, we talk together. We eat together, we write together, and we also kind of direct together, because actually it's easier and it's more fun.
And where did you find the kids? They were remarkable because they were just so damn creepy.
Yeah, we looked out for, boys who would be beautiful and fragile at first, and then they kind of also had abysses, and they also, yeah, and it wasn't that difficult actually, because it's difficult I mean, it was a difficult moment to show the film to the parents, of course.
Because they didn't read the screenplay.
Yeah, they didn't. They just trusted us.
Yeah, kind of stupid. No, but they liked the film.
It was a happy end, but it was a really important moment for us, because they just, yeah.
And about the casting, it was like we were so afraid to tell the casting woman that we needed twins who look alike and are like 10 years old, because we thought it was difficult, and she said, that's easy. Which kind of surprised us, but it turned out that you just like phone the schools and they know that there are twins. It's kind of easy to know where they are and to find out if they want to come to a casting, so it wasn't...
No, it's surprisingly we found like 200 I don't know, yeah, twins. Like at the age of from 9 to 11, boys.
Really funny to come into the casting room and see all these twins sitting there all over the place. Yeah. That was kind of creepy.
Actually, the most creepiest moment.
Do you have any questions? Yes, you're on the floor.
Loved the movie. I came with my mom, so...
And she's still sitting here. Thanks.
Could you tell, the lighting was amazing in this movie, like all over the place. There's lots of different ideas. Can you talk about the lighting for it?
Yeah, it's just kind of was also a starting idea that this kind of two worlds, like the clash. I don't know the kind of contrasts. It's the world of the mother, the house of the mother, her place, how that looks, and the world of the boys, how they see things, the nature, how they play in nature, with all the light and the natural light, and then the kind of darkness in the mother's world. And so for us the movie is kind of built out of contrasts, shadows and lights, and two different perspectives of the world.
And of course we had a great cinematographer who also worked with, I don't know, Jessica Hausner and Barbara Albert. He's very famous in Austria, and he also worked with Shirin Neshat, so he's he's an artist.
We have another question. In the balcony, front row, yeah.
I thought the film was really great, and I was wondering what were the kids' initial reaction when they first read the script, and how were they on set compared to off set?
Okay, they never read the script.
And they haven't seen the film.
They haven't seen the film. So,
because
no,
the parents didn't allow that.
Yes, no, the point was we didn't want, I mean, we weren't afraid to give, I mean, I think not many people can read scripts actually, because, you know, you also have to know what directors have in mind. You can read a story, but then you don't have, you know, the pictures, the lights, the cut, you don't know actually. So we kind of, yeah, we had the trust of the parents, of course, and we tried to work with the children very playfully, so and kept them interested. It was like, yeah.
It would have been kind of stupid to give them the script, because then they knew how it would have ended, and one says, oh, maybe I don't exist, and the other, oh, maybe it's kind of, then he plays like,
a ghost.
Yeah, he plays a ghost all the time, which wouldn't be that intelligent. So we just worked with them step by step. It was like, this woman comes home, she's your mother, but she behaves differently. And then the children were really interested in the story, and day after day we shot it chronologically. They were like asking team members, how is it going to end? Is it really our mom?
Because it didn't make sense to them. No, it didn't make sense. I think they were asking around, so.
Yeah, so we kept them interested that way. I mean, and it wouldn't have been possible when they would have read the screenplay in advance. So it was kind of, don't give them too much information so that they're interested all the time, because shooting a film is hard work and it's a long process, and children are usually, yeah, they get bored during that. So we tried everything to keep them interested.
And we played with them a lot. So. Yeah, if we want, you know, if we want to have children play naturally in front of the camera, we just can tell them, okay, now you play a little bit and it will be good. So we kind of played with them, even if, you know, we lost time, or the crew would stand there and like, yeah, a little bit
watching us running after the children. And they were kind of, the first few days, kind of irritated, I would say. And then they said, oh, it's the first time we're on an anti-authorical film set. Yeah, of course I just wanted to add that off-set, the children are like the nicest guys in the world. It was just, we entered the film location and we lived there for a week with them, just that they would like know it as their house and not like think of it as a film set. And we were like sleeping in the morning, and I woke up and said, oh, I have to wake up the children, and they weren't there, and we were like going to the kitchen, and there was breakfast prepared for us. They just prepared breakfast for us.
Make coffee.
No, and then I was asking like as a joke, hey, you didn't make coffee? And he said, oh yes, it's prepared, but we didn't want to make it because maybe you slept even longer and then it would be cold again. And so they really loved it.
So as you were directing them, I mean, you didn't tell Lucas that he was a ghost?
No. He still doesn't know. So please don't tell him.
No, of course we showed the film to the parents, and we said, okay, you decide if the children are allowed to see the film, because it's really different if you shoot the film. It's, you know, the physical scenes are, it's very technical, in fact, And they were, even from the beginning, because we had to do some, you know, in the sound studio we had to do some sounds. So they saw the beginning and they were, oh, it's not that boring as we thought it would be. So it's quite and it's quite different, you know, if you see the, you know, the finished film.
It's the power of cinema.
Yes, here.
Can you explain what happened when the mother went out into the woods and was shaking her head? Was Elias dreaming that whole thing?
When the mother went out into the woods and was shaking her head?
Yeah, to us it's a nightmare. It's it just reveals in the end it's a nightmare. It was supposed to be at first that it looks like it would be, she would really go into the forest. She really does actually. And in the end it's a nightmare, but it's kind of a nightmare the children have because they want to see her face. So that was the point. So she kind of get rid of all her clothes. And then, but then they did the bandages. She also, you know, and then the camera kind of turns around her, but you never see her face, of course. So that was the point of that scene.
We got time for one more question. So let's here in the yes, you in the green. Yeah.
How did you come up with what the kids were going to do? Like, why did you go? Like, how did you decide? Oh, then they're going to groom her mouth. And then they're going
Personal experience?
No, we tried to think about things that children could come up with.
I have two boys. I don't know.
Yeah, we asked them, what would you do if your mom? And then invented some stuff we wouldn't believe and say, no, that's way over the top. But yeah, we
really wanted that it's kind of possible, I mean, theoretically.
And grounded in reality, so we thought, okay, these children are like, they have this, I don't know, what do they do in their life, and maybe they build things and glue them together, and so they have this kind of clue.
And we also wanted to have kind of scenes, they would kind of be like a mirror, or to appear several times in the film. So, for example, the magnifying glass, when he kind of is burning the insect first, and then kind of it would return later. So we kind of placed that several times, kind of, you know, children's game would
turn into something horrible.
Yes.
And maybe education turns against you.
I really didn't expect when I programmed this film that the Q&A would be so silly and giddy. All right, let's hear it for Goodnight Mommy.